What's up, Black Cat Car Corrallers? We're out here in the shop. As you can see, we've got a little bit done to the Jeep here already that we're going to go over in this video.
Yeah, so we're switching gears a little bit from working on the 39 restoration because this is the coast. And blue skies and open water means a big Jeep presence coming up. It's January, it's kind of early, but we immediately were like, oh, okay, so May and June are coming and we want to do an engine swap.
We bought this Jeep pretty much knowing that we were going to do this. We've always both wanted a Jeep. I think we may have talked about in another video. Having a V8 Jeep sounds really cool. We're putting in a junkyard 5.3. Pretty common swap. Already started to get some parts in for it. We'll go over the rest of the video, but we're ready to start next on chopping these motor mounts out, doing a bunch of cleanup, putting in some new bushings, probably going to paint this firewall, take out everything we don't need.
And this is kind of fun. We just pulled out the engine tonight. It's a weeknight. It took about an hour from securing it, setting it up, and making sure it was safe, and removing the 4 bolts.
Yeah, after everything was out, it's only a couple of bolts, and the kitty cat loves this thing. See, we got the inspector on the scene. All the front end is out. Got a pile of Jeep parts amassing over here. This was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Hey, buddy. Having never torn into a Jeep like this, it kind of goes together like a Lego set. All right, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Got the first indication of some surface rust here, right where the bottom of the grill was sitting. Nothing that a little surface coating and some preventative will help with. I think the next thing up is going to be getting these old Bondo filled fenders out of the way. So taking all of this off, both sides. Looks like I got to get maybe this battery tray, this fuse block/box out of the way, so I can much easier get to the motor mounts down here. Getting down into the belly of the beast. Not a good bit of work up here so far. I'll go back over that shortly. But for now, I'm going to disconnect the exhaust. I've got the starter disconnected. Actually got to it from the top. I've got to get the drive shafts off. So I'm taking this guy off here. Getting the transfer case connection off here. Going to the back. The rear one. Get out of the spider web. Then let's see, I don't know if it'll pick it up. I think it's an NP 231. I think I'm gonna have to change the splines out since this is the 4-cylinder, and I'm probably gonna put in a slip yoke eliminator kit. Oh, what else we got here? Got to get the exhaust out. Got to get where the transmission looks like it mounts right here. So I guess first things first, let's start with the easy stuff. Let's get these drive shafts off. Oh, something else I wanted to point out. I bought a new cover. A new cover gasket, because as you can see, this one's very obviously juicy. So I got this one on the way, and the front one is also leaking. If we go back up here, front one's leaking. The stabilizer arm is leaking. I've got it on the way. I have read that some of these are a little bit of a pain. So I've got some penetrating oil sitting on a lot of things right now. And then I've also got a full energy suspension bushing kit that I'm hoping will change out pretty much everything. I believe I bought the entire body kit. So let's get to it. Got the rear drive shaft out. That was fortunately very simple. I got the fluid drained. Oh, the shadow of my camera here. Got the fluid drained. So we got this part partially done back here. So let's move up front. Got the front drive shaft out. Here and here into the transfer case. Currently draining the transmission in this pan here. So far so good.
It's a good Saturday to do some Jeep work.
Benita is working on getting this fender off over here. Had to look up a little instructional video of how to get the wire pack off here. She's just about got all of these bolts off. While she's working on that over here, I have been working on this side, and I actually got the fuse box out. We got it out of the way right now till we can get all the wiring out. Here's the battery tray plus the fuse box holder. So I've actually already got all this loose. Go ahead and take this guy out so that we can get down in here and start taking this side off. You can see more of the radiator stop leak somebody put in here. It is all over everything. I think part of our engine work is going to be cleaning up this firewall and painting the interior, probably a metallic black like we did on the Z car here. I've got a little bit of that paint left over. We both like that color. We're not decided on an outside color yet, but if we paint the engine bay at least some type of nice black or dark color, then we can paint the outside anything else and it really won't clash.
Yeah.
So, looks like she's got this side completely loose. We think
we're connected somewhere.
all right, I'll hop down there and take a look. All right, round two. I've got a body rivet removal tool here. I think there was just one little plastic rivet on the mud flap down there. All right, let's give it a try.
All right.
I think we're loose. All right.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're free. We'll get this set down somewhere. Now, so much easier to work on all the things. I've got new shocks we're going to replace. This obviously makes it so much easier now to get down here to the motor mounts, to where the transmission and the bell housing's at, and just generally clean everything up. So, everything we just did, repeat part 2
Nice.
on the passenger fender.
Okay.
I think we've got all this loose, so it's gonna be probably about the same as the other side. We hope. Maybe not. We don't have the tab holding down over here. I think it's the fender flare that we seem to be trapped in. Maybe. Same thing. There is a body grommet. If you come over here and take a look, it must be missing on that side, and we didn't capture or catch it before, but there's a body grommet right here. Let me get this in here. It's crazy how these little pieces of plastic like this can completely prevent you from disassembling things. But that's their point, right? Will you push this back? I've got it in a bind, unfortunately. It's my fault. Let me get some leverage here. Whoop.
Nice.
Okay, let's try again. Put these down. Whoops.
Whoops.
All right. Snips. Wiring harness should be free. Fender free. And look at that.
Huzzah.
One thing that we found that's interesting, coming close right here. I don't know if somebody's been in here before, but somebody welded this bar to the stud. So we'll have to address that. It's probably better to get that out of the way.
Are you jeeping?
We got the shop inspector back out here. He just showed up. Can you report on how the work is going? Is everything up to your spec?
He's purring.
All right. We have moved inside the Jeep, and we are taking the shifts off, the shifter knobs and the levers. Had a little bit of a accident here. This thing was rusted completely together, and getting the wrench on here, it's sheared off, so we'll just have to address that.
Whoops.
Everything else is good so far, but this is kind of interesting. This is a two-piece lever, and I was reading some things online about using a pickle fork and wedging this, and so I just wanted to show off real quick here that it seems to be working. I've got two large wrenches wedged under here, which actually helps the pickle fork not tear up the boot, because this boot's in good shape. So I'm going to keep tapping. Let's see what happens here. Make sure our boot's not getting caught. Okay, dude's coming up. Let me add another wrench here, if it will fit here. Come on, fork. I think I got it. Let's see if this will be enough. I think it separated. Ooh, that was loud.
Not quite.
My wrenches keep slipping here. Right there. Right there. That was a little easier. I think it is coming off. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Check out.
Oh, cool.
There we go. What a cool trick. I'm not sure how you're supposed to get that off normally, but that was easy. As you can see, we forgot to take the slave cylinder off. Fortunately, this whole thing's almost a flex line, so it just pulled it up easy for us to get to. All right, good job. We got it out nice, safe, and easy. So here's the whole shebang. We're going to be getting rid of this. We'll be keeping this NP231 transfer case. Probably be taking all this off here to transfer to the other transmission. I think they're cross-compatible. We'll get all this off here. Probably separate all this to get it easier to move around anyway. But look at there. Not too bad at all. I didn't feel like that was unsafe, did you?
No, felt good all the way.
No, because we had the, it's probably a little better to see now. We had the back end on the boards over here while we took the skid plate out. And yeah, really not bad at all. The only thing that we did, it's a little dark in here in the transition. It did catch right here a little bit, but I have sheet metal tools to be able to straighten this up. But it'll be okay. Yeah, this is very exciting because now from this point we can get back on over here. Here's the 5.3. This is an LM7. Probably seen some of the other videos. We've got to finish tearing the whole bottom end down, get all the pistons out, and, flex plate, because this did come with an automatic transmission. Get everything torn down, get it all to a machine shop, get it cleaned up, inspected, and if it's good, we'll start ordering rebuild kit for it. So I'm very excited.
Me too.
One more. Good job.